How's it going, folks? So the band Energema, I really think it's Energema, but they just released a new song called Rise of the Winged Lion. I mean, that just sounds pretty tight. A winged lion, that sounds very frightening. But yeah, so there's a new song. If y'all may recall, it's been a while, but I actually did a reaction to one of their songs many moons ago. But here's a new one. The band actually reached out to me and let me know that they had a new song that was out. And we're like, hey, would you mind reacting to it? And I said, absolutely, of course. I would love to. So here we are. Here's their new song, Rise of the Winged Lion. I'm looking forward to this, really. So let's give it a listen, shall we? Rangers, go.
Stop!
Oh man, I'm always a sucker for that harpsichord sound. So sick, so sick. I love that. Oh man, it just sounded awesome. You- when you have like a neoclassical style power metal song and then you also throw like a harpsichord into it, just wunderbar, awesome. But yeah, so the musicianship, I love the melody of the whole guitar melody and then the keyboard melody. It's just awesome. I mean, talk about neoclassical. It just sounded so sick, and it's like really going from beginning to end. I mean, it just the intricate melodies, just all the way throughout. It's really impressive. Then the dude on the bass is just ripping like the whole time too, and the drums are really solid. But it's just such a fun song musically, just to kind of listen to it and get carried away and because it's so intricate but so melodic. It's just pretty great, pretty great. The music and all of that. I just really enjoyed that all the way through. Just again, great melody, great pace to the song, to where it's not too speedy, but it's quick. But again, you get to hear like kind of the intricacies in the melody as it goes, and really neat. I like the vocal melody too. I feel like that worked pretty well. It's funny because at first I was having a little bit of a hard time hearing him over the music. I felt like the mix maybe was a little bit off, but as the song went, I was able to hear him better and better. It seemed to even out a little bit. I don't know if that was the song or if that's just my ears, or maybe it just took me a minute to get acclimated to the sound, and then it was my brain was able to distinguish, like, oh, okay, this is what's going on here. I really like his voice, a very strong voice, really great, hitting those high notes, and he did a really good job on that. And like I said, I like the vocal melody too, and that's tricky because the guitar, the music, the melody of the music is so melodic as it is, and kind of intricate. It's really tough to throw a vocal melody on top of that, but I felt like it worked. It really worked, and you could hear both pretty well, and they went together well. And again, his vocals were really solid. The only thing that threw me off a bit was particularly in the chorus, but I think there were moments in the verses as well. But particularly in the chorus, sometimes it felt like there was too many voices, like too many backing vocals or choirs or something, because you hear the main vocal line going, and then especially like a kind of a deeper voice kind of chiming in, kind of like a more of a gritty, deeper voice. And I honestly probably would have just removed that entirely because it's got a little overwhelming at times because there's just so many voices happening, and I feel like in the mix they were kind of overlapping one another. They weren't just nicely embedded kind of into the song and easily distinguishable. It felt a little bit more just like an onslaught of voices, and some would kind of overtake others. And I'm really just wanting to listen to the main vocal line, and maybe some higher backing, in the background, or even that deeper voice perhaps, but more in the background. It felt a little too much in the forefront that I don't know. It just to me, it just felt like there was just too many voices happening, and it kind of they overtook one another and detracted from the main vocal line going. So I might would have just removed one of them, or pushed them further to the background, just to maybe provide just more of a backing sound. Anywho, that's just kind of my thoughts on when I was listening to it. Just felt like there was just too many voices, and they were overtaking one another. But aside from that, like I said, I really enjoyed all the music here. I mean, the guitar, it was nuts. Just oh man, those melodies, so sick. And then the keyboard solo was so sick. Again, musically, this song was just really great. And again, I love the vocals too and the vocal lines. It's just in that one spot. I just feel like there's a little bit too many voices going on. Maybe the mix could have been tweaked a little bit. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's a pretty solid song here and a quite enjoyable journey, just listening to all the melodies and enjoying that neoclassical vibe. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. I'm not sure if they have a new album on the horizon or not. I hope so. But yeah, cool song here. A real treat for any of you neoclassical power metal fans because it just those melodies and the sounds and the songwriting was pretty solid too. Again, it's quite catchy and somewhat memorable. So yeah, solid job here. And harpsichord, come on now. Anywho, let me know your thoughts on this bad boy here, folks. I'd love to know what you think of this song, and I'll catch you all next time. Ranger, out.